John Milton was an English poet, polemicist, man of letters, and civil servant for the Commonwealth of England under his Council of State and later under Oliver Cromwell. He wrote at a time of religious flux and political upheaval, and is best known for his epic poem Paradise Lost, written in blank verse. Writing in English, Latin, Greek, and Italian, he achieved international renown within his lifetime, and his celebrated Areopagitica, written in condemnation of pre-publication censorship, is among history's most influential and impassioned defenses of freedom of speech and freedom of the press. His desire for freedom extended into his style. He introduced new words coined from Latin to the English language and was the first modern writer to employ non-written verse outside of the theater or translations. William Haley's 1796 biography called him the greatest English author, and he remains generally regarded as one of the preeminent writers in the English language, though critical reception has oscillated in the centuries since his death. And Samuel Johnson praised Paradise Lost as a poem which, with respect to design, may claim the first place, and with respect to performance, the second among the productions of the human mind. Though he described Milton's politics as those of an acrimonious and surly Republican. Poets such as William Blake, William Wordsworth, and Thomas Hardy revered him. Come on. Peace out.
Okay, so I will talk about the summary of this book. The story opens in hell, where Satan and his followers are recovering from defeat in a war they waged against God. They build a palace called Pandemonium, where they hold council to determine whether or not to return to better. Instead, they decide to explore a new world, Prophet, to be created, where a safer course of revenge can be planned. Satan undertakes the mission alone. At the gate of hell, he meets his offspring, sin and death, who unbar the gates for him. He journeys across chaos till he sees the new universe floating near the larger globe, which is heaven. God sees Satan flying toward this world and foretells the fall of man. His son, who sits at his right hand, offers to sacrifice himself for man's salvation. Meanwhile, Satan enters the new universe. He flies to the sun, where he tricks an angel Uriel into showing him the way to man's home. Satan gains entrance into the Garden of Eden, where he finds Adam and Eve and becomes jealous of them. He overhears them speak of God's commandment that they should not eat the forbidden fruit. Uriel warns Gabriel and his angels who are guarding the gate of paradise of Satan's presence. Satan is apprehended by them and banished from Eden. God sends Raphael to warn Adam and Eve about Satan. Raphael recounts to them how jealous against the Son of God led the once favored angel to wage war against God in heaven, and how the Son, Messiah, cast him and his followers into hell. He relates how the world was created so mankind could one day replace the fallen angels in heaven. Satan returns to earth and enters a serpent. Finding Eve alone, he induces her to eat the fruit of the forbidden tree. Adam resigns to join in her fate. Is also their innocence is lost, and they become aware of their nakedness. In shame and despair, they become hostile to each other. the Son of God descends to earth to judge the sinners, mercifully delaying their sentence of death. Sin and death, sensing Satan's success below the highway towards their new home, open his return to hell instead of a celebration of victory. Satan and his crew are turned into serpents as punishment. Adam reconciles with Eve, and God sends Michael to expel the pair from paradise, but first to reveal to Adam future events resulting from his sin. Adam is saddened by these visions, but ultimately revived by revelations of the future coming of the Savior of mankind. In sadness, mitigated with hope, Adam and Eve are sent away from the Garden of Paradise.
Now, as we talk about the personal reflection after reading this book, is mainly two things. So there are many two personal reflection, and the first personal reflection is the characteristic of Satan. Although we mostly think that Satan are very evil and cruel, non-human-like people, but in this book, Satan is actually a very human-like character, and he acts and feels like human, just like us, and also has conscience that they are unavailable to hate God, even though God punishes him, and also God hates him, but because Satan is human-like, he is unavailable to hate God, and he still respects the Lord. And another interesting thing was that the human's greediness is very strong. Like even Adam ate the fruit God told him not to eat, but even Adam eventually eats the fruit and they gets punished. So we can know that humans are very can be easily shaken by Satan's words, and how humans' greediness are very weak and they are easily shaken by Satan. That's all.